Good evening.
As they say in Dracula, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Popcorn Readings. To start the show off, we have a little short fan fiction written by a fan submitted, based on tonight's theme, Pirates of the Caribbean, the successful film by director Jerry Bruckheimer. Let's see, let's read an excerpt. Well, Commodore, Jack breathed huskily. You are quite engorged. The pirate palmed Norrington's length possessively. Had he been in a right state of mind, Commodore Norrington would have shrunk back from the stench jogging from the other man's mouth. He was not in a right state of mind, however. The smell only served to further petrify his member. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Popcorn Reading. I'm your host, Kyle, here with my good friend, Michael. How you doing tonight, Michael?
I'm doing great. Shout out to Ghost Hostess. That was awesome. Very eloquent language. The words just kind of pitter patter just perfectly, like a Charles Dickens.
I agree. I enjoy the use of
Mm.
consonants within it.
Yes.
Just having a nice, quiet boys' night in evening. We're just sitting here by the fire, reading some weird fan fiction, which is a thing I do. So tonight we're talking about Pirates of the Caribbean. Michael, do you remember first seeing Pirates of the Caribbean when it came out in movie theaters? I forgot the word.
Yeah. Actually, I was quite shocked that I actually really enjoyed Johnny Depp's performance when I first watched it. I think in the previews, I remember kind of thinking like, oh, it's kind of like melodramatic, it's ridiculous. But I do that's the one memory I have. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I liked it. I got the style of it. It's kind of
Mm.
hard to turn a ride that doesn't really have. They tried with the Haunted Mansion, as you know.
Oh yeah. Well, before that, they tried with the Country Bears, which is how they say it in the movie.
And are they
Um,
trying with Jungle Cruise now? Is that in production? Is that a real
yes,
rumor? Yeah.
yes. So there's a trailer even with Emily Blunt and Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Dwayne Johnson, as he's known in the game plan. But yeah, no, that's really happening.
They're gonna make like
I
a Autotopia with like Vin Diesel in it.
Oh, this is good. Wait, we should
Yeah.
do this on the show. We should
Yeah.
talk about
Which live action rides are they gonna do next?
yeah, like which ride will they turn into a movie? What should the plot be? Like Small World could be like a
Oh,
COVID like sort of like
yeah, like
documentary.
it's very like real life, and they're like doing relief and like helping out around the world, and then it finds out someone's just like killing or like someone's dying, and there's like, hey, it is a small world after all, isn't
That's
it?
right. And like the trailer will be like a children's choir singing it slowly, like it's a world of laughter, and then like and then like black screen from Michael Mann. It's a world of joy and a world of fears.
A kid with debris all over him is waving an American flag.
That we share. Yeah, there's like a guy running in a minefield. He's like,
No.
that it's time. Worldwide.
With music by Lin-Manuel Miranda. You know the American Constitution only needs one explosion. Sorry.
No, that's good. It's a small world after
After
all. That would be good. Small World would be good. What's another ride? Gadgets Go Coaster We could turn that into the Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie,
Yeah, yeah,
which
absolutely.
I've been angling for years. Obviously, Gadget's the main showcase. You got Chip, you got Dale, you got that fucking little fly. I don't know his name. Um,
Hmm.
but then here's my thing. We bring in John Goodman as
Oh,
Mallray Jack, and we teach him the accent, and we stick him in the film. I don't know if it's live action or animated. I haven't decided
we
yet.
should do like what they did with Thanos and like, put the dots all over his face so that we could really he's doing, the facial expressions, but he really
Yeah,
looks like Monterey Jack.
yeah.
Like full.
Well, he does kind of like he's shaped like him, except
Yeah,
for
he'd be
like
close. That's
6
kind
feet
of
taller.
yeah, that's what they did with Brolin. They were just like, yeah, he's pretty much Thanos. We just, we gotta
That would be pretty good. Now, cheese can be whatever I want.
Andy Serkis is the fly. He's just like
Like
I
we
had to
talked
really
about
get in
that.
character. I watched
Yeah,
all of the seasons of Chippendales Rescue Rangers to
we talked about
read
that
this
the other
down.
week. Like he's like crawling around. Doesn't matter what the role is. I'm a
Shout out
businessman.
Andy Serkis.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah,
Oh, what other rides would work well for movies? Well, not Haunted Mansion, as we learned.
yeah.
Although, I don't know if you remember, but back when I was in high school, they announced that they were going to do a Guillermo del Toro directed animated Haunted Mansion movie. It obviously hasn't happened, but I still think about what a good idea that is and how I would
Yeah.
watch the shit out of it. It's a movie I wish got made. But Guillermo del Toro, he just loves saying that he's going to do something. He's constantly agreeing to projects. What else would work? Splash Mountain wouldn't. We know that.
They should have Quentin Tarantino direct a Splash Mountain. He would just love to get his hands dirty. I
Quentin
just knew I was the
Tarantino's
perfect
gonna
person for the project. Astro Orbiter is
Astro
suggested.
Orbiter would be good because like you could do anything. It just spins in a circle. I guess you could just make Tomorrowland the movie and say it's the Astro Orbiter movie, the one that already exists with George Clooney. Um, let's see. Space Mountain would be fun. So I could do. And, mountains in space. That's new. I'm trying to think. So many rides are based on movies now. Um,
and
Jungle Cruise. I see
yeah.
I see the potential, but I just don't think it'll be good. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna mention that I think Dwayne the Rock Johnson should be in all of the following films, but we can
Oh
continue.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
of course. That
I
was
love an
I'm just kidding.
actor who runs on 100% charisma and 0% acting ability. Let's see what else we could do. The Mark Twain Riverboat movie. It'll be Mark Twain on the river. Uh, and he'll spit out witticisms as you pass by Tom Sawyer's Island. He'll go, "Oh, that's a pirate island now.
Oh, that's great.
Used to be a Tom Sawyer Island." You could do the Tiki Room. That'd be kind of fun. I remember a comedian. I don't know if this guy's still cool or not, but back in the day, it was Tim Babb. He did this like fake trailer for a jungle or for a Tiki Room movie that was really funny. They used like the music from the ride. I guess if I was doing the movie, I would set it during the events of Tiki Room under new management when Zazu and Iago take over the Tiki Room. And this was presented by Dole. And it
Mm.
existed only in the Adventureland in Disney World. Have I told you about it? I think I have, right?
Wait, this is real? I thought you were riffing there.
Oh no. Everything I say is true. Zazu. So you get to the Tiki Room,
Right, right,
and it
yeah.
says Tiki Room under new management, and like the under new management is like a sign that's like a physical like paper
Right.
banner, and like Zazu and Iago are arguing under it, like little figures of them, and then you get into like the line. And there's this like little feature where you like everybody's waiting in line, but you're all facing like this like little waterfall feature, like it's like kind of like in the round or whatever. And the water feature spins around to reveal two little animatronic birds, and they're both talent or not. They're like agents for
Okay.
Zazu and Iago. Like they are human men who live in Hollywood and have agents,
And they
but
and
are
they
birds.
represent them. I see. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
so like
following you.
you know, of course, Zazu's repping UTA.
Yeah.
I don't know about Iago. Probably hired his agent from the street, and like Iago's agent, he's like a slob. He's got like a New York accent. He's got like a briefcase that's like barely keeping closed. It's bursting at the seams. Of course, Zazu's like basically in like the bird version of a suit. And he's got like a very neat briefcase. And they're arguing that they both booked this gig. Kids love this, by the way. Kids love talent disputes, and they're both arguing that they booked this gig first, and then they're like, "We're just gonna have to share it." And then you go inside, and the tiki room starts, and it's normal. Like it starts out with "Wake up, Jose," and Jose starts singing.
Right.
He says the thing about his siestas getting shorter and shorter, which I
Sure.
don't love, but like, and they're singing, and then like halfway through the first song, from the ceiling descends Gilbert Gottfried voiced Iago, and he's like, "Stop! Stop! This fucking sucks. This is stupid." I think he calls one of the birds a slur. He's like, "This
Classic.
sucks.
Yeah. Classic
That's
roast
why.
jokes.
That's why no one's coming to see the Tiki Room anymore." And then my Gilbert sounds like Danny DeVito, and Zazu then descends as well, and he's like, "Oh dear, like it's fine, it's great. We love the Tiki Room. Don't change anything." And Iago's like, "I'm gonna change everything." And like Iago starts like making changes and telling the birds what to do, and then he sings a version of "Friend Like Me" from Aladdin, but you know, Robin Williams isn't like an amazing singer, but he puts so much energy into that song that like it doesn't matter that he can't sing.
Right.
Well, it does matter that
Yeah.
Gilbert Gottfried can't sing, because you have to listen to all of "Friend Like Me" but sung by Gilbert Gottfried, and he's like changed the lyrics. He's like, "You never had a bird friend like me." It's not very creative. And then once oh yeah, the birds are like, "Oh, Iago, you can't do that. You're gonna upset the gods." And Iago's like, "Bitch, I am God." And then a Hawaiian goddess like surfaces from like the fountain in the middle of the room, and it's like a big animatronic.
Yeah.
What?
I was just gonna say, so Imagineers basically did mushrooms the night they had to turn this in, and they had nothing written down previous to the mushroom trip, and they were just like, okay, whatever comes out.
I think the night that they turned it in is generous. I think this was the morning it was due. They did mushrooms and wrote it. And so yeah, so then she's like, "You've upset me. I'm gonna kill you. Please stop." And Iago's like, "I ain't gonna stop." So she hits him with lightning, and then like he's presumably dead. And then Zazu's like, "Sorry about that. Get out of here." And so you start leaving, and they're singing. I think they sing "Hi Ho" as you're leaving. The birds do. And then
I'm pretty much any Disney song is inappropriate at this point.
Right,
yeah,
it's true. Right next to the exit, like right above the exit doors, there's a little Iago animatronic that, like, as you are leaving, he like raises his head, and he's naked. He doesn't have feathers anymore, and he's like a little burnt, and he's like, "Hope you enjoyed the show."
He's been like drugged and waterboarded.
Yeah, and he also says like a bunch of funny things that like I feel like aren't like in the spirit of the park. Like he starts saying like, "Small World sucks. Nobody likes it. Those country bears can go fuck themselves." Like he starts saying like talking real shit about the other rides, and he also talks a lot of shit about the original Tiki Room too, which is funny because it's like I still think the Tiki Room's pretty cool. It's like a modern of engineering, or a marvel of modern engineering when it was built in the 50s. So I just thought that was neat. So Iago saying that it sucks and it's stupid and he wants to change it is just weird. Like I guess Iago's like middle management material. And then yeah, you leave. But also the Iago animatronic that like pops his head up at the end, like he doesn't do it right away. So the first time I went on, I didn't see it. So like I just thought Iago died. Like, I just thought he was dead now in the canon of Aladdin, which honestly would have been a better ending, I think. So that's the story of the Tiki Room under new management. It only lasted for a few years, and then I
I
shit
can
you
see
not,
why.
it was burnt down in a mysterious fire, and then came back as normal Tiki Room.
There was a real
So
fire. That's a real detail. Of
yeah,
There's a literal. Oh my god.
it literally burnt down in a mysterious fire that was kind of shady, and then came
Yeah.
back as normal Tiki Room, which is good. I think more theme park attractions should end their life that way.
Yeah.
By being burnt down mysteriously with no one inside but Iago and Zazu. And and I think they got Rowan Atkinson back for Zazu too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so I think that it's pretty funny. They got these two actors to just debase themselves to do this awful project. I also think I want to know like who is the Imagineer who's like, I got an angle on the Tiki Room. Name your two favorite birds. No, no, not no, no, no. Okay, okay. Think Disney.
I
No,
can't
not
think
the.
of any other birds. I was gonna try and rip, but I literally can't think of another bird. Maybe the one from Dumbo, but we're not gonna talk about those.
Are you talking about the Jim Crows from Dumbo?
Yes.
That was the first one you thought of?
I couldn't think of any other birds. I was trying to think of another bird.
What about Donald Duck?
Yeah, he walks so much. He's
He
always
does
walking.
walk. That's true. He seems to be a flightless bird.
Yeah.
He mostly sails, if we're
Yeah.
being honest.
And he's really
Um,
concerned about wearing the jacket but not covering the bottom half, which is, obviously another story.
we call it ducking, you know,
Yeah.
we let it all hang out. He is a sailor. I don't know if that means anything about walking around with your pants off. I kind of thought I would have a bit with that, and I really didn't. But
It sells itself.
it's Donald Dick. Yeah, so I think Tiki Room under new management would make a good movie, is what I'm saying. And of course, it ends with Zazu and Iago dying in a fire. Um, the crossover you've been waiting for since Endgame. Uh, well, it's Aladdin spitting camels. That's right next door in Disney World. That would be fun. Or is it Aladdin's flying carpets? Either way, camels spit at you and you get hit with water from animatronics on that version of Dumbo. Um, Pirates of the Caribbean turned out pretty good. I have a fascination with Pirates and Haunted Mansion because they came out around the same time. I can't remember off the top of my head which one came out first, but they had similar budgets, I think, and also like they had like a huge crew on both movies. Like Haunted Mansion, like the sets are enormous and really detailed. And like the set design and the previs that they put into the movie was like enormous, and a lot of it's really good if you look at the concept art and stuff. And then Pirates was like this little movie that could where like Michael Eisner approved it, and then he got cold feet, and then the directors managed to push him to keep going, and he kept trying to pull the plug on the project, and they were like, "No, trust us, we have something." Um, like Michael Eisner didn't like Johnny Depp's like whole appearance; he didn't get it. He asked if he was drunk or gay, I think is the actual quote. Like, what is this character, this Jack Sparrow? Um, but the movie's actually like the first one at least is like fucking great. Like I like that first Pirates. It holds up so good. It's got a lot of great cinematography, a lot of great imagery. Johnny Depp, it's like been said to death, and we're all sick of him now. But like, he is really good in that movie. Like Jack Sparrow is like a really interesting character. You got Orlando Bloom, Mister Big Penis, walking around with his girlfriend Katy Perry. He's great in it too. He's not a lot there for the character, but like the character kind of feels like it has to exist, and he's like fun. Um, Karen Knightley, of course, she's great. And Jeffrey Rush gives like a fucking amazing performance as Barbosa. He's so good. I love Jeffrey Rush in that movie. And the other ones are kind of weird. Not my favorite. No, it's like what is it? The second and third ones. My problem with them is I think they're really self-serious, whereas the first one's not. The first one's like takes itself seriously, but it's not like full of itself, which I think the later ones kind of get into. And then by the time you get to 4 and 5, they're just weird. And like these movies have no idea how to tell a story that's just about Jack. Like it's very strange. Five's honestly a bummer. I wouldn't recommend it. What was that one called? Dead Men Tell No Tales. That's the one where Javier Bardem plays the villain. Oh, and he's Captain Salazar. That's right. That's what he is. And he looks like a bad CGI effect. That's his thing. That's what he likes. It's how he enjoys appearing. And he's like, tell Captain Jack Sparrow. Would you tell him that for me? Like he's like weird. Like is he funny? I don't know. He's dead now, so gives a fuck. Um, and, Ian McShane in the fourth one, he plays Blackbeard. He's wonderfully cast, completely misused, and thrown away, which is fun. It's even more fun that they added him to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. You remember the waterfall part where they have the Davy Jones like projection? They added like every like 3 Davy Jones phrases. Fucking Blackbeard shows up and he's like, "Hi, I'm Blackbeard from Pirates of the Caribbean 4 at Stranger Tides. Boo." And like that's like it. And I'm sure like that movie like came and went so quick. Most people were like, "Who was that? Ian McShane? What the fuck?" And they have him at the end of the ride too. You know, Davy Jones will say things like, "We're next to sail with Davy Jones," and then every now and then Blackbeard says like, "Thanks for sailing with me, Blackbeard, from Pirates of the Caribbean 4 on Stranger Tides in theaters now." But they got rid of that waterfall at the beginning. Now it's a different thing. But they kept Blackbeard talking at the end, which is really funny to me. So because from like a new rider's perspective, you go through the whole ride and like there's no Blackbeard. There's like no like references to him. There's no animatronic of him. Nobody talks about him. I don't remember if he's even one of like the little drawings on the inside of the building when you get in the ride. So at the very end, he's like, "Thanks for sailing with Blackbeard," and you're like, "Oh, I guess Blackbeard was here the whole time." That's some good foreshadowing. At least Davy Jones, you're like, "Oh yeah, he's always with us when we're on sea." But Blackbeard, it's like, "Oh, specifically Blackbeard was here." Like, why didn't like someone else like, "Oh, thanks for sailing with Anne Bonny and Mary Reed. They were in the boat with you. Thanks for sailing with Captain." I can't. I've read the fucking pirate book. I don't remember any of their names. Uh, Charles Vane, John Rackham. Ooh. Those would all be funny. Thanks for sailing with me, a guy from Captain Phillips the movie. So that's very funny to me. I mean, I'm talking a lot because I fucking love that ride. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise a lot. I think it's amazing how well it's worked. Nothing else has like this as far as Disney like ride properties. Like we said, there was the Country Bears. I love it, but I wouldn't bring it up. Um, and then you've got Haunted Mansion, which was just no good. It was again like they had all those people working on it, and somehow the final product was just had no substance. I think that was its problem. Have you seen the part or the Haunted Mansion movie?
I only kind of know it in the meme way right now at this point, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's been
Mm-hmm.
so long since I've seen it, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
No worries. Yeah. I tried to make Tommy watch it, and like he was like, "Kyle, I can't do
I'm
this,"
sure
and
it's
I was like, "No,
aged
it's
worse than it
funny."
originally was.
Well, I don't know if it aged at all. I think it was bad when it came out. It's got Terrence Stamp as the villain. That's fun. General Zod, Chancellor Valorum from the prequels. Uh, he's good. I forget who plays Master Gracie, like the owner of the mansion. What is it? Geez, it's just like it's just not great. Also, but there is a good cover of Superstition by Raven Simone, which appears, I think, on the soundtrack, and they also filmed the music video on the set.
You
Oh,
don't
and
get the
Wallace
whole
Shawn's.
Cheetah Girls. You just get Raven.
No, this is when
Not
Raven
whole
split
Cheetah
away
Girls.
from the Cheetah Girls. This is
Okay.
when she made that movie with Martin Lawrence, where he's her dad. Like, this is that era where she was trying to split away and have her own solo stuff. Was that called Road Trip or something? College Road Trip? There's like a fucking CGI little teacup pig in that movie. That's what I remember. And she sings Double Dutch Bus and the pig dances. I'm so sorry to have disseminated that knowledge to you. I'm sorry that it's a thing I knew. But yeah, so she kind of split away from the Cheetah Girls. They weren't Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters anymore. I think this was after their big hit.
Are you going to
Shake
get
Your
into
Tail
deep
Feather.
Cheetah Girls history now?
I think this was
we're
after.
very, very far from the topic now.
I think this was after they did the hit single "Shake Your Tail Feather" for the Chicken Little soundtrack. So this is just like shit I know about. I don't look it up. I just know. I'm sorry. Of course, we can get into our fic here a little bit. Let me just pull it up. Give me a moment. Just thinking about all these Disney rides and the shit. Oh, I know. I would make a ride out of. I'd make a ride out of. What is it called? Shit, what's the name of it? Superstar Limo. That's it. Over at California Adventure.
Yeah. As a real, I'm trying to think how that would work. Maybe it's the real like tram ride or something, and then it is it a horror? Maybe it becomes haunted. Drew Carey, Whoopi Goldberg, original stars from that ABC lineup, I think, is what we.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have Drew holding the map of the stars. Regis is there. Whoopi. Yeah. Who else? Oh, Jackie Chan. He could be in it. I love that ride. I rode it when it was open.
Treasure. True treasure.
Well, no, Michael, the treasure was the friends that we found along the way while being pirates.
A wop bop a doo wop.
Wop bamboo.
But Captain Jack Sparrow, what if we never see each other again? Oh, that'll never happen.
You guys are all my best friends. We're gonna be friends forever.
Wop bop a doo wop wop bamboo.
Oh! I just realized that you're doing Grease. I forgot.
Yeah, that was my
I didn't
crossover.
I had no memory of the fact that Grease opens with like an animated sequence. I didn't remember that at all.
Mm-hmm. Grease.
Did you remember that?
Yeah, no.
I don't remember that. It was bad. I didn't like it, and they make the woman.
Oh, the original Grease. You don't like the original Grease? Oh.
No, I mean, I don't dislike it. I think there's a lot in it that I just don't care for.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the message isn't great. But there's stuff in it I like. It's also cool every time I drive by the LA River and I'm like, oh yeah, that's where they filmed it. Look at it right down there. That's where Danny Zuko was. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I had the page open and I lost it. Vamp.
I think we went through literally every ride. We went into a Cheetah Girls rant. I'm running. I'm trying to think. What else do I got? So tomorrow is. I was about to say it's Chill Screen. I forgot my own night. Tomorrow I'll be playing some retro games. I'm gonna play Moonwalker. Have you ever played the game Moonwalker?
The Michael Jackson game?
Yeah, the Michael Jackson game. That's what we're gonna play.
I have not. I've seen footage of it, and I've learned about it, and it's.
Come check it out. Yeah, it's very
quite
real.
honestly,
I don't want to give away too much because all of the detail. It's I think like most things that are horrible, it's interesting to just think of the people making the game. And like I'll release one thing, like you actually save children as your primary mission. And I just wonder, like, the game coders just being like, is this weird? I mean, is this strange? Why does this grown
Yeah, and
man
like
want to save children as his video game?
if you're the person who coded it, like 10 years down the line, you gotta be like, oh yeah, that was
Oh
weird.
shit.
I
I
was
was
an
right. My
enabler.
instincts were right. Yeah.
I was an enabler and I
I was
didn't
a
know
neighbor.
it.
Right.
This is a problem.
Right.
Okay, I've got it here in my trusty book that loads pages. Okay, so everybody settle in, grab a drink, take a seat, put your feet up, put your feet in one of those weird little wax bath things that like tell yourself like the pain's good, but it's like not good, and like it hurts your skin, but it's good for your skin. Some people do that to relax. Put your feet in that. Um, Take a deep breath and enjoy tonight's popcorn readings. So I will not be giving out the title to this fanfic because the author accidentally included their full name, so I don't want that person, having to deal with anything, just because we're covering the story. But go ahead and get things started here. It is a Pirates of the Caribbean story. Chapter 1. Jack Sparrow and Iron Man opened their eyes, and they find themselves relying on an island. Jack tried to think back. They were fighting on a ship, and Jack and Iron Man forgot how did they get to the island. So Tony took Jack to his company. The next morning, Jack went back to pirate life, and Tony came back to hero's life. Months later, Jack and Tony met on the ship again. This time, they faced a big problem. There were 100 pirates waiting for Jack to fight against him. Then Tony called Avengers to fight against the pirates. But later, Jack got caught by the pirates. After 2 days later, Captain America and Tony found Jack in the Death Sea, which was full of dead body and smelly water. Jack was hanging on one of the rock. When they tried to go near him, pirates came out. Tony shot the roof with fire. Jack, Captain, and Iron Man started to fight against 100 pirates. It was a terrible civil war with blood, sword, and dead body. But at last, they won in the battle. They came back to Tony's company. Tony was Jack's good friend, so he thought about letting Jack Sparrow become one of the Avengers. Jack trained and worked. Hard to become an Avenger. A month later, Jack's friend came to search for him because he heard he got out of the Death Sea. Jack's friend is unnamed, so I'm going to say that this is Mr. Gibbs. Uh, Long time no seen, Jack. How you doing? It's good. Everyone is nice, and there is a girl that I like. Okay, but we want you to come back to us. We need Captain Jack Sparrow. Sorry, I need to stay here for Tony. He saved my life, so I cannot leave for a while. Okay, if you change your mind, come find me. I will be here. Actually, Jack also wanted to go back to his own life being a pirate. We'd all wear many masks. So he decided to leave Avengers. He woke up and went to talk to Tony, but he refused to talk to him because Tony was too busy. Instead, Natasha came to talk to him. Hi, Natasha. Yesterday, my friend came to talk to me about going back to a pirate's life. What do you think? If you want to go, I agree with you, Jack. But it is not that easy. Tony will get angry. Yeah, he saved me, but if he knows that I am leaving, he will feel disappointed at me. Don't give up, Jack. I will be on your side. Thank you, Natasha. Tony was back Well, Tony was at back of them. Tony was at back of them. So he heard all the thing, and he got very angry at them. So he called everyone in the Avengers to have a meeting about Jack as one member of Avengers. I think it is time for us to take Jack into the group, Tony said in a low voice. Now he wants him? Thought he already was an Avenger. Okay, this is funny. Captain America's portrayal, I think, is pretty accurate. Let's see. Sure. I also think it's time for him to come in. But if he doesn't want to, don't force him, Tony. Captain America replied back. You guys cannot make the decision by yourself. You should ask Jack about it, Natasha shouted. I heard you guys talking in this morning. That's not okay, Natasha. Don't make him a fool, Tony said. No, Tony yelled. I'm sorry. Couldn't keep his cool.
Right, keep it straight.
Okay, so that was chapter 1. Chapter 2. Suddenly, Jack came in, and Tony acted like he doesn't know Jack is leaving, and the Avengers went back to their room. Tony told Jack that he wanted to give him a gift for becoming a member of the Avengers, and he helped Jack to change his style. Michael, me help you to change your style. Hey Jack, how about you change a style for becoming a member of Avengers? Well, I don't really think that I need to change my style. You don't need to be this nice to me, Tony, because... ... No, of course I need to. You are going to be an Avenger. But Tony, I, ... Don't reject my gift, Jack. Come on, let's go. So they went to shop to change Jack's hairstyle, beard, and clothes.
So this is like a montage in like a 90s movie when they like go like, we're going to get a makeover. Dun, 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 dun.
Sorry, this is Tony Stark's what not to wear. Yeah, do you think like Jack like went into the changing room and came out in like a suit and Tony was like...
Mm-mm.
Then he like came out, he's like wearing a dress, and Tony was like... Then he came out, he's dressed exactly the same as Iron Man, and he's like...
Spit take.
Yeah. And then like, yeah, he's got like the sunglasses, he does like this thing. Is that a picture of Jack Sparrow?
Oh, well, I was loading up Iron Man, so I got a visual reference for, you know, our audience at home here.
Rest in peace. Let's see. After 2 hours, he looked like a real Avenger. He became more handsome, more neat, and more clean. Jack, you really looks like an Avenger. Now you can come into our group. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, my friend, to the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. Sorry, that's like a trigger in my head. But Jack stood back and said, Tony, I'm so sorry, but I wanted to leave and live as a pirate. Why? I talked to you before. That is a stupid decision. And I thought you understand what I mean. I know you all disappointed me, but I want to be free and live on my... This guy never fucking finishes a sentence. Enough. You can leave now. I won't walk you out. Bye.
What the fuck?
Wow, some real boundaries being set up.
Right.
This is a real civil war. It was like this. Okay, thanks for letting me know, author. It was like this. Yesterday night when Jack was sleeping, Tony called his friend to make them go back. Nice to meet you. I am Jack's friend. He said that he don't want to go back. He want to stay with us Wait, what? You want to stay with us and become an Avenger? I will talk to him. Wow, this is just confusing. I don't know who's talking. Okay, let's assume that was Tony.
Okay. All right.
You want to stay with us
That
and
makes
become an
sense.
Avenger? We'll talk to him. You know what? I'm just gonna read this as it's written and let God figure it out.
Love it.
Oh, really? But he said he will go with us. Okay, then. Please tell him goodbye. So they leave at night. Jack waited until 9 a.m. No pirates came. But Tony lied to Jack that they went back. So Jack went back to the company. Jack started to train for the Avengers again. But in his mind, he wanted to be free and become a pirate. One day I will become a better pirate and go back to my pirate ship. So he practiced two things at one time. Training for the Avengers and training to be a better pirate by himself. Chapter 3. Very, very quick chapters. Chapter 3. After he became a perfect pirate, he talked to Tony privately about leaving Avengers. Jack say, "Hey Tony, may I talk to you about leaving Avengers?" But you should know, this is a stupid decision. I still don't understand why you want to leave Avengers and go back to pirate's life. Well, pirates don't really have a problem. I lived as pirate for 33 years. Oh, what? Jack Sparrow, born as a pirate. He had a little hat and a little cutlass when he came out. I want to live as a pirate in rest of my life. But training to become one of Avengers was great. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Tony. Tony turned around and said, when are you leaving? Tomorrow morning. Okay, you can go. Jack stood up and left the room. At night, Avengers planned a meeting. Captain said, so, Jack is leaving tomorrow. Tony said, yes. So, we're just letting him go like this? He was one of our member before. Tony said, no. Natasha shouted back, and why not? Tony replied, well, now Jack is leaving us and going back to pirate's life. So we it's like a resort. He's going back to pirate's life. So we don't have any reason to do something for him. He betrayed and left us. Natasha yelled, you are so mean. If you guys are not doing it, then I am leaving with him. What a surprise. Natasha closed the door very loudly and ran out. Tony asked, why is she so angry? Classic man mistake. If things are going like this, Avengers will broke up. Captain, what do you think? Well, I think we still need to do something. Fucking genius. No, Jack is leaving us, so don't do anything. Just leave him alone. Next morning, when he was about to leave, Natasha came and said that she also wanted to go. So Jack and Natasha came out from the company. They looked back at the way they came. They looked at the Avengers company for a long time, and they leave with a letter said, goodbye, my friends. Thank you for helping me. Natasha and I will go back to sea and leave together. Goodbye. Jack Sparrow married with Natasha and lived in a happy life. The end. That's right. This is the quality Disney Plus material you can expect to see coming down the pipe.
So that's Jack Sparrow's Patreon over here.
Jack Sparrow's OnlyFans.
Oh, OnlyFans.
Let's get real.
Get real.
So what'd you think of the story tonight, Michael?
I loved it. I was hoping Octopus Man was gonna make a like a sexual appearance, and there was gonna be some explanation on, his penis, and we were gonna dive into penis anatomy since we talked about the Lorax and Shrek. But I was still pleasantly. Um,
I will say for this
sorry, I
show, it
was.
is a challenge
Uh huh.
finding the right balance of
Yeah.
like sex stuff being funny, and
Right.
then sometimes it's just because it's mostly written earnestly, like it's like
Yeah.
too graphic and too detailed, and like you could tell the author was really trying to paint a picture. Like I went back and forth for like an hour trying to decide whether or not I wanted to do this other fic. This is SpongeBob one, and it was just too explicit. They're talking about SpongeBob's cock, and like the rhythm of how he makes
uh,
love, and I was like, this is too much, and I can't do a SpongeBob voice. I could do if Patrick fucked in a story, maybe I could read that.
do they
Um,
get into the moisture details, being as he is a sponge?
No, the weirdest part was that SpongeBob is like anatomically a human man in that story.
Okay, I see. All
There's even
right.
a part where it says like he and the girl he's having sex with like were flesh to flesh. And I was like, that's so obvious, flesh to sponge. So like I guess he's just a man in this story.
Yeah.
But he still talks like SpongeBob. And when he ejaculates, he says, "Oh dear sweet Neptune." And I said, "This is
Oh
like too
yes.
much. Like this might just be gross and not
No,
funny."
I don't know. Maybe review again. I think I'm interested.
He also has a wife with a full name, which is funny. Um,
I
so
love
that's our
that.
story for the night.
Hmm.
A little sampling of like the different kinds of fan fictions you can find. This one's very fun to me. It's just like someone clearly just like wrote this in high school and like wasn't like super confident about writing, and they just wrote this thing. Either it was like for school or for fun, and like it's just this weird idea that exists now, and it's so fun and funny to me that this is just like this weird little testament that was published in like 2011 or something like that, and it's still out there online. And clearly, we were able to have some fun with it. I like Jack Sparrow joining the Avengers. I did like, there was some clash. Personalities didn't get along, which is a problem when you're working with Tony Stark. Let's be honest.
Hmm.
Um, Natasha going with Jack, I'll admit that's a little surprising. I don't know what she sees in being a pirate. Oh, there he is. Um, oh, gross. This reminds me of an app that I had once. Wait, put it over my mouth. Ooh, I love you so, but why I love you, I never know. Oh, look, Daisy. Uh, so yeah, that's our story for tonight, Michael. Just a little something fun that I thought would be fun to look at. I also enjoyed that each chapter is about 2 paragraphs long. Um, so that is our popcorn reading for the night. Any last comments, my good friend Michael Porter?
Looking forward to the next one, and yeah, don't forget to check us out all week. Tomorrow I'll be playing retro games, and then on Thursday Tommy's going to be playing some more Cuphead, I believe, and Friday's our big show. Do you remember what our dub's going to be, or is it going to be a surprise for all of us? I don't know if I remember it off the top
I don't
for
remember off the
Friday's
top of my
show.
head either.
All right. Well, it's a surprise for all of us. So,
That's true.
Friday at 9 p.m. Tommy's stream Thursday will be at 8 p.m. and I'll be streaming tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So catch us all week.
For sure. Thanks for joining us for popcorn reading. You guys have a great night out there. Stay safe.
Bye.